So I'll begin today by inviting Joan. Joan, did something surface that you wanted to share?
A couple of things. Can you hear me okay?
You're a little soft, but I can hear you.
Okay, sometimes um, let me see if I can change that.
I should have asked, can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me now better?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, good. A couple of things. First of all, what this course has done has accented the ability to really feel feelings in the body. I mean, I can remember times in my life where I lived so much in my head, I didn't even know I had a body. And so I didn't know if I was angry or if I was feeling grief or whatever. And I actually had to learn how to do that, to be in my body. And this compassion course has made me even more aware so that as I'm in my activity of the day, I'm more aware of different emotions that are present. The second thing I wanted to share was that like this morning, I had some fear going on or anxiety. And so, and I was also doing my homework for today. Um, I, it's just not easy to set it aside and make it my friend. It just seems to still dwell in my body. And so, I just kept talking to it and saying, okay, you can be beside me and I don't really need you to be right here, you know. So I don't know if that just takes some practice or what. I do find that going back into it, some kind of activity helps too. But that seems to help even more is to get engaged in some activity. So, but anyway, it's been a really interesting journey for me. So.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you.
So, Donna, would you like to share?
Sure. Well, what comes to my mind is my husband and I have a recurring issue that happens every so often. It pops up, and this time, I think because of the compassion practice, it was a much healthier discourse that we had, and I felt that we made a lot of progress on the issue, and hopefully it'll get better and better and better. So that was basically what my week was, and other than that, I had a pretty good week. And so, Melinda, how would you like to share?
Thank you. Yes, I would. And I'm your student who probably feels like she needed this tremendously in capital letters. Um, I've been a helpmate to my husband. I'm in between ministry, formalized ministry, but I've been going alongside and being a presence to other clergy during this pandemic. And I've been very busy in capital letters and neon lights. So I feel like I've been given a great treasure and that I've just barely skimmed the surface, and I hadn't been able to like do this past week. So I'm, looking forward to getting to embrace this. And it just comes at a great time in my life. And I'm so thankful for this group, so thankful for God's nudging to you, Dale, and also Shelley with your compassion ministry, and knowing that God will provide for you in tangible ways that are practical ways that you need. But just know that you're a treasure, and that this group is a treasure. And I'm yearning for a come back around time to do the recursive thing for learning, because I have barely, um, gotten to practice. And I heard you loudly the other day saying your journey of about 5 years, maybe something like that, but it takes years. And so I think this is the beginning of something wonderful for all of us. And it may not be a beginning for the others, but it certainly is for me. And I'm just so filled with gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda.
Santu, would you be willing to share?
Um, yeah, I think earlier today I was at a webinar, a learning webinar, and um, by serendipity, I was put in a small group with a prison chaplain,
Hmm.
and she was talking about how um, after 15 years of service, the pandemic has changed things to the point where she feels it's time to leave. Um, and she was talking about her grief for that. Um, And I think with her disclosing that for the first time, I was able to disclose to her that I'm going through the same process, and hadn't really acknowledged how much I was grieving the end of an identity, I guess. The end of a piece of work that I found really rewarding and really enjoyed. And I'm just, in thinking about compassion and how it's about being gentle with ourselves. I think I'm becoming more aware of how gentle I need to be uh, in my grieving process, because I've pretty much uh, put it aside, denied it, that it's had an effect on me, and it is and will have an effect on me.
Thank you,
So
Santu.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all come from very different spots. Uh, I'm always engaged by where people are in their walk in the moment. And I'm glad that y'all chose to walk some time with me over these last 6 weeks.